Hi guys, Mark here with another edition of Weaponized Truth. With all the crazy stuff that's been going on with these alt-right alternative media, social media superstars, all the ones that are in bed with all these Russian news agencies but want to tell you to distance yourself away from the Trump-Russia thing and that it doesn't exist, it's quite the paradigm indeed. And I see people talking about their lack of talking about Zionism a lot, but I don't hear many people talking about how they're pushing away the Trump Russia ties when all of them are in bed with Russia. It's a very strange phenomenon. But there's been a lot of weird stuff going on, and I'll touch base back on some of it, but pretty much all these social media stars have been telling the uh, social media they need to turn on Trump. And I have to say, aside from falling into that false flag over in Syria and getting duped a little bit on that, which I think he might have, I'd say overall, he's doing a pretty damn good job. I don't want him to start World War III, but at some point, somebody's going to have to do something about North Korea. North Korea is kind of like a 3-year-old with a gun. You don't know how it's going to end, but it's probably going to make the news. So that's something at some point somebody's going to have to put a stop to. I'm just saying. But with all this stuff that's been going on, especially with Cernovich becoming a star on InfoWars just out of nowhere, I come on Yahoo and find out that there's this big story going around that Alex Jones is a performance artist. And we've got this article here about Alex Jones, and apparently he's in divorce court with his ex-wife. And I guess she's comparing trying to explain to the judge that this big personality that calls people names and accuses people of stuff and yells and screams and rips his shirt off and all that is pretty much exactly the way that he is with his children. And that's exactly the way he is at a husband. And it's interesting because most of the people who I've seen who claim to know Alex Jones on and off the camera say he's pretty much the same person on and off. You don't really get a different person, and that's exactly what his ex-wife is saying. But they're saying what they're saying here is that they can't really judge him that way. They say he's just playing a role, just like an actor. Basically saying he's just doing this stuff and because this is what his viewers want, and it increases sales of his products and viewers on his channel and the monetization deals and all that stuff. And he's only doing it to as an actor to further his fan base. And basically said comparing how he is at home compared to what he does on his show would be like comparing that Jack Nicholson's performing of the Joker on Batman, as you can see right there. He's playing a character, his attorney said in court, according to the newspaper. He is a performance artist. So, I've defended Jones a lot in the past, but I gotta say, this is pretty damn troubling. Especially what his people like Paul Joseph Watson and Owen Schroyer have been saying. Especially now they're bringing in Cernovich as one of their little bitch boys. Especially when they're bringing in Roger Stone, because even though he has good information, if you follow him on Twitter, you know he's kind of a douchebag. He literally cusses people out left and right, and like he's just, he seems like kind of a dick, like a really mean one at that. So anyway, so there's a lot of people associated with him that are all telling you to turn on Trump with all that going on. So I found that pretty interesting, and just to make sure we don't forget about some of this other stuff, here's where Paul Joseph Watson turns on Trump and then denies turning after losing thousands of followers. And as you can see right here, we'll go through and we'll see his tweets. I guess Trump wasn't Putin's puppet after all. He was just another deep state neocon puppet. I'm officially off the Trump train. Right? First, the rejection of Trump, whom Watson is regularly praised, and he goes and he says that right there. Then he came to the realization that his audience were only there for one thing: which, as it transpires, is unquestioning loyalty to Donald Trump. For the first time ever, I've lost Twitter followers. Interesting, and it shows down here he lost 1,400, well, within just a matter of, not very long at all after publishing this tweet. Then finally there was a U-turn, presumably in order to regain some lost ground. I am off the Trump train in terms of Syria, which I will criticize, but I haven't turned on Trump as the media claims false news. So as you can see, this man has no integrity. He doesn't care about integrity. He has no desire to stand on his values if it's going to cost him clicks and money. Right? So this dude has no integrity, and to top it off, he's so engrossed in American politics, and this dude's not even an American. I'm just saying. And of course, let's talk about something that I noticed on Drudge Report today. If you go through all the little articles and stuff, you see all the little articles. We're usually down here. Something you may not notice too much is they have this list down here of links. And it's usually full of a bunch of people that most of us have no idea who the hell they are. I noticed today this list is starting to look a little different. And as you go there, you got Pat Buchanan, and looky, Cernovich is on there now. CNN is on there now. And Coulter is on there now. She's one of these Twitter social media stars I was telling you about. Who else is on here? Of course, Hannity's on there. Laura Ingraham, Katie Hopkins, Alex Jones, Mark Levin, Rush Limbaugh, Michael Savage, Roger Stone, right? And it seems like they're slowly starting to integrate all these alt-right social media stars up onto this list, because usually it's maybe only 2 or 3 people that I've heard of, and now it's got like 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm pretty sure that's going to change more. It'll probably add people like Jack Posobiec and Laura Southern and Baked Alaska, and who knows. But I just noticed that they're starting to add these people over here on their little lists, and I thought that was pretty strange, especially considering what's going on with these guys on social media, because it's become more and more apparent that people are getting tired of their crap and are unsubbing from them on Twitter and on YouTube, and just fed up with it. And it's pretty sad that we've had this whole left-right paradigm dividing everybody, and now they've just pretty much decided, hey, we're just going to divide the whole Trump community right in the middle, and we're just going to break down the divisions even more and cause more division in this country. Way to go, dumbasses. And this kind of goes along with the videos of the Cicada 3301 videos going around, which may or may not be Cicada 3301. We still don't know. But one of the things that we do seem to know is that they do seem to have some kind of connection to WikiLeaks. And a lot of people think that some of this tech that they're releasing in the Vault 7 WikiLeaks, which of course they've only released 1% of so far. We've already seen some pretty amazing things come out, like the sonic screwdriver and some of this other stuff that Edward Snowden has been tweeting out in the last couple of days, talking about this stuff that was leaked, has pretty much destroyed the internet. Pretty serious stuff indeed. And now they're saying that they're wondering, because a lot of people suspect that this Korean missile failed because we hacked it with some of our sophisticated hacking stuff that's coming out in Vault 7, this deep state NSA shit like the sonic screwdriver that nobody knows about. So it'll be pretty interesting if this was exactly the case and we have the ability to hack nuclear missiles. And this is also terrifying because all of the hacking information that the NSA has is now being released by WikiLeaks for any idiot on the internet to go download and learn how to use. Because yes, WikiLeaks is providing manuals. So I don't know, guys, but this is just some crazy stuff that's going on with this whole Trump and the Trump supporters, and I just thought these couple of things were just interesting things to think about. And once again, as I always say, don't let other people think for you, especially me. But as it comes out now, Alex Jones, I'm an actor. So you want to keep buying his products and stuff, go right ahead. I'm done with him. I've stood up for that man for years. And between him and the crap that's being pulled by Paul Joseph Watson and the crap that's being pulled by Cernovich, who's now getting sucked into a show, I'm done with it. I don't need these fools to tell me what to think. I've got my own mind and I can do it for my damn self. And I suggest you guys do it as well. Anyways, this is Mark from WeaponizedTruth signing out. Y'all take care.